All right, everyone, welcome back. This is the final 9 holes of the 2019 MVP Open at Maple Hill. This is Road Life commentary coming at you all the way from Prince Edward Island, Canada. I'm Nate Perkins.
And I'm Paige Pierce. I'm super excited to see how this tournament concludes. Right now it's getting close. I'm at 10 under. Sarah Hokom has moved up to 5 under. Kristin Tattar is at 4 under. And Catrina Allen is at 1 under. And we have some of the signature holes coming up at Maple Hill, my favorite course.
You know, speaking of signature holes, we've had a really tough time amongst all the players, all the fans, deciding what is the single signature hole out here at Maple Hill. So if you guys would like this video, subscribe to GK Pro for all the work they've done, and please comment below what is your favorite hole and what do you think the signature hole should be out here at Maple Hill. So we're moving into hole 10, the castle hole, 255 feet, teeing off straight uphill.
This is one of the ones that's in contention.
It's definitely in contention for sure. The closer you are to this castle, though, the harder the putt is.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen Catrina purposely bring up a little bit short of the basket and go for a longer putt. And you've seen a couple of us get a little too close to the castle and have weird putts.
That one just needs a little more height. That's that gatekeeper.
Yep.
And you are just short of the castle. And there's that putt that we've been talking about. And Sarah's been going with this Anheuser play. That one just started out with a little too much Annie. Kristin going with the St. Pro. Heiser flip.
She throws it right at the pin. I'm guessing she wanted to aim that one a little bit wider so she would be on the right side of the basket, but she'll have to work out a overhead putt somehow. Katrina again.
Going with that stable play again to the left.
And she did hit her putt yesterday, but it was circle's edge. That's a tough one to land that far away on purpose.
Oh, and Sarah hits that. She's asking for it to sit down.
Woo!
Wow!
What a great view, too.
Katrina hits it from the woods over there.
That is a veteran move right there.
Did she go 3 for 3? I wonder. She hit it in round 2 and 3.
She wasn't on feature card round 1, so I'm not positive on that.
My guess is that she made it.
I bet she did.
Guys, check UDIS, comment below. And this right here, this is so nerve-wracking. I mean, how many times do you attempt a turbo at a major event?
I've played with Hokom since 2010, and I've never seen her do it. So that was amazing that she hit that and found the confidence to even try it.
Oh, man, you just can't really express how difficult that putt is, how uphill it is. All right, we are moving into hole 11. It's par 4, 670 feet. You need at least 350 off the tee to clear the first row of Christmas trees. Ideally, you want to keep it a little right and center to give you a clean approach to this pin that is up here on the left, up on this little rock knoll.
Yeah, if you aren't past, like you said, about 350, you are hurting. You are going to be tucked behind some Christmas trees and looking at a blind approach.
And you just ripped that one, maybe a little too hyzer, but plenty of distance. You're going to be way left. Katrina got a great release on that. Really flat.
Hokom now, I believe this is her dimension. She's going bomb, and it's got quite an overstable finish. She's going to be on the right side over there.
That got kind of got slammed a little bit by that tailwind.
Yeah, that wind just kind of fought the progress of that disc, and she's going to be quite a bit shorter than she intended. She is in the open, though, so both her and Hokom have decently easy approaches, but still it's quite a ways to the basket.
And Kristin actually went long on that approach.
Cat now with a standstill X1 sidearm. Really overstable disc. Doesn't quite get enough forward progress, and Heiser's out early right.
So you're a little pinched on that tree. Your footing was a little awkward. You went Heiser with the verdict right there. And just look how far Kristin went past that pin. What a rip.
Hokom now. Her stance looks a little weird right now.
Yeah, she's outside circle 1. She's going to jump this one directly into a headwind.
It's a tiny bit low.
She could have been pinched by that tree
yeah,
just a little bit.
I bet that tree was in her way.
Wow. And that, everybody, is why Paige is leading the tournament. Making putts like that. Uphill into a headwind.
Catrina just can't quite connect. It's on a severe Heiser, so it's getting a roll away, and she's now left with this to save par. And
oh, wow.
That's a dead center.
Wow. All right, we're moving into hole 12, par 4, 650 feet. You need about 430, maybe 450 in distance off the tee to really get a clean look down this hill toward this pin. This is a really tough birdie for the men. We've only seen 2 women to this point birdie this hole, being yourself and Catrina.
Going with the Ballista Pro here, just looking to flex one out up the right side. Little too right for me. Catrina corrects on that and gets a beautiful shot. She kind of even got a stable finish and will be up by the rock, which is like a good marker for the best shots.
Yeah, pretty much that rock up there. But that shot from Catrina, I mean, that was about as good as she's ever going to throw it. Wow. I think that might have been all the way down there.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
Man,
Catrina's
that was that Marshall, right?
Yes, it was.
Such a beautiful Anheuser. And a great looking shot from Kristin. And Sarah is just pinched right here. She's got almost nothing. This is her 3rd, I believe.
Yeah, and she's just trying to spin this fast to get it through as best as she can.
Yeah, she's going to try to lay this on its back and scoot up there. And she does exactly that.
Amazing.
What a shot.
Amazing. She's on the green.
She's within 15 feet from there. And that's a solid putt, but behind that basket is like a little ditch that you're putting from right there. And so your second shot actually dropped down at about 100 feet. It looked like it was perfect, gets a late tree, drops down. So you actually just laid that one up for your par.
Yes.
And Sarah making a great par save from the woods over there on the left. And Catrina just...
Great birdie.
An amazing 3. A 3 on hole 12 is definitely a rewarding one.
I mean, which one was better, her drive or Hokom's approach out of those woods? Yeah. 2 great throws on that one.
You guys are playing some serious golf for sure. All right, we're moving into hole 13. It's a par 3. We're teeing off from the top of this hill. It's always super windy. You're teeing off downhill, and as you get closer, the gap gets smaller and smaller, and also the wind changes. This is, in my opinion, one of the trickiest birdies out here at Maple Hill. Looks like we've got a little less wind today, maybe a slight tailwind if anything, so it's going to stable these discs up. Wow.
Ooh, just inside enough to miss that big blocker tree, and she gets down there close to pin high.
And really, that's the exact flight that you're looking for to birdie this one. But if she just shifts that release a little bit over to the right, she's going to be parked.
Mm-hmm. I actually like the flight of that. I just let it go quite a bit early, and so I'm going to be filtering through that left side and down in the woods, looking to scramble and save a par, hopefully. Hokom now. We've seen her on this hole be so close to perfect. Just a little bit right both times, so let's see if she can correct that. Oh, definitely not right today.
And, it's such a fine line between it hyzering too much and flipping too much. Mm-hmm. When she's throwing a disc that touchy with her skill set, she knows what she's doing, but the margin for error is so small.
Mm-hmm. So she's going to be in the gap, but she's going to be a little short left. And now we have Kristin here, opting for the mid. Oh my goodness.
Hyzer flip. Look how much hyzer that started with.
Well into the gap. Oh my gosh.
Sail it past the pin. It touches nothing. Normally you see that shot kind of hit some trees and stop flying, but hers just kept going. She's going to be 60, 70 feet long.
Hokom with a nice gap. That is not a very easy gap to hit on a backhand hyzer, a shot that she doesn't feel super comfortable with. I had a little bit of a line there, just flicking my suspect up through that gap and going for about a 25-foot putt. Kristin, now you can hardly even see her. She's so far past the basket down in those woods.
Oh, wow.
Great out there.
What a shot from Kristin.
This is where Catrina's drive landed.
And this is a great view. Look at that focus.
Oh, just a tiny bit low.
Oh, man. Almost getting that one up in for par.
Hokom saving her par.
Or T14 into reaction cam. Because Todd's already at green 14.
Little fist bump. And with that bogey, it's going to drop to a 6-stroke lead. Got 6 strokes with just 5 holes to play. Pretty comfortable lead, but there's a couple of these tricky par 3s remaining. Anything's still possible.
Especially with this one carrying water the entire way.
Yeah, hole 14, par 3, 285 feet. We actually flew from the men's pad. The women's pad is a little bit more level with the water, but you still have a water carry entire length of the hole. You've got OB early left if you play it too safe. Catrina's going with that H1 V2. She's going to swing this out wide.
And high. I like the height on her shot right here. She just looking for it to just lose speed at the apex and just drop. And she's inside the circle, but
it's inside the circle, and you're going to see a lot of shots land there, but that's really a tough spot because you're now putting directly at the water.
Mm-hmm. And it's downhill towards water, so if you miss, you're now looking at about your putter being 40 feet into the water.
Oh my goodness. Stop.
This shot is so impressive.
Goodness. Sarah Hokom flipping a forehand up, nearly hitting the pole, stops next to the log. She's going to have 18-footer left for a birdie 2.
Kristin with a nice low hyzer gets a beneficial skip, and she's almost on the mulch for her 2.
Wow. These are some amazing shots.
Yeah, and so with the 2 people closest to me inside 15 feet, I'm trying to get this one close. but just a little bit too much glide, and I'm finding myself right by Cat Circle's edge, and that, like you said, is just such a difficult putt and just very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, you've got a big decision coming up.
We saw Catrina
so close.
miss that one OB. She didn't miss again today, but at least it hit the basket, you know?
Yeah.
It's just barely too high. No fear here. This one's away from the water.
All right, that is a big birdie right there. After you laid your putt up, Sarah and Kristin are both going to be getting birdies. Sarah's within 5 strokes. I mean, I know there's only 4 holes left to play. And just look at that sportsmanship right there, though. I mean, even after losing a stroke to her, you are just so stoked for her to birdie that hole.
Yeah, there was the 8 holes that we talked about the other day, the gallery that's on hole 8, they were cheering Sarah's putt in, giving her a slow clap, so it was fun to kind of feel that excitement.
Yeah, hole 15, par 3, 355 feet, dead straight the entire length. You've got trees left and right, which kind of form that straight gap.
Oh my gosh.
All day with those. I could definitely watch those all day, those Kaiser stand-ups. You know what that white one is?
I do not, actually. She has 5 relays in her bag, so I'm assuming that's one of the relays. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Elaine King, 3 under par at this point in the round. Also on Team MVP. Kristin now with a stand-up hyzer flip, and actually flipped too much over to the right side, but gets a good kick, and she's just outside the circle. Catrina with that M2 she loves for straight shots. Doesn't quite get it out of her hand. Just lets it go a little early. Finds a tree and will kick into that little gully that we were talking about. This is my gatekeeper. Favorite disc in my bag right now.
Oh, wow. Wow. Just a beeline to the pin. That couldn't have been any more perfect.
It never moved left or right.
I'm assuming that's why hole 15 is one of your favorites on the course.
Yeah, if you hit it right with the right disc, it's good, but it's so hard to do. So I really like the challenge of it and the reward of that difficult shot.
Kristin almost sank that one. She just hyzered right around the chains.
Hokom having to go severe hyzer. I'm guessing that tree is right in her line. Ooh, kind of was close, honestly. Good height on it, just a little wide. Very confident par putt there. I'm super stoked to pick up my second birdie on this hole of the tournament.
Yeah, just an amazing shot with that gatekeeper.
With Catrina finding the early trouble back there, she is lucky to save par on this one and not lose another stroke to Kristin.
If anything is going to happen down the stretch, it's likely going to happen on hole 16. It's a par 4, 530 feet. You can see see the basket from the tee pad. It's actually a pretty epic view from the pad. There is OB left. Anything that kicks those right trees and kicks far left can go OB. We actually saw you 2 this one during round 2. Still kind of stunned from that. You're taking that same peach defender. You get this one a little more turned over, but that right side, there's definitely some room on that right side. You kind of kick down to the left. You're going to be left a little bit of a tricky approach, but you're still safe.
Yeah, if you do kick too far to the left, you are OB though, so I was lucky to find that one safe. Hokom kicked the opposite direction though. She's going to be on that right side, which is pretty open. And Kristin now opting for her Johnny McRae St. Pro. She said this is her most overstable one. She bags 4. She's going to be down the right side. Not in position for the 2, but definitely in position for an easy 3. Catrina going with her X3 here.
X3.
A little too much hyzer, I thought, but that thing just glided up to flat.
Is that an understable mold?
I think it's just really, it holds a good S turn. But she did unfortunately kick OB over there.
Really?
Yeah, so that was for her 3rd shot, and she will be looking at a par, best case scenario. This one was tighter than I thought it was going to be. Having to throw a severe...
Oh, wow, and you split those last trees. Look at that excitement.
Feels good to throw those ones well, you know, with just some spin that's controlled.
Oh, and Sarah just missing that line.
Finding herself around Circle 2's edge. Kind of with a bush in her way. And Kristin now, this is where her drive landed. She can see the basket, but it's still a little too far away to
That's
make
where
a
her
putt.
drive landed? Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow, that looked like it was online. Oh my goodness, Paige. And after a birdie on that hole, that's going to pretty much wrap things up for you. You've still got a 7-stroke lead with just 2 holes to go. Just those putts really is all I can think about, is how many putts from that distance and even further did you put on the pole this weekend? And you know, it was just recently that you went back to that staggered putt that you used to have.
Yeah, I went straddle putt for quite some time. I just didn't feel a whole lot of confidence in my putt, so I switched to the straddle putt and recently switched back to it, and it's feeling better than ever.
All right, we're moving into hole 17. It's a par 4, but only 373 feet. Playing as the single easiest hole during this final round. The ladies are looking to just go straight 175 and then straight once again for maybe another 200.
Yeah, not much to this hole, really. You just want to make sure you're far enough that you can see the basket. If you don't get past that last tree on the right, you're kind of throwing a blind Anheuser shot. So that's the thing highest on the priority list. Kristin definitely gets far enough. Hokom with her sidearm might be trying to get around this corner.
Yeah, we saw in round 2, she actually gave herself a long look at the 2.
Yeah, she got herself like a 70-footer or so. Maybe if she gets a little more height, she can swing around that corner more. Catrina grabbing a flippy fairway. I believe this is her F7. I think she's going, whoa. Big Anheuser trying to get into the green.
Oh, and she just a little too early. That looked like it had decent angle.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where that would have put her. So on this approach, you just want to make sure you're not deep of the basket because it does drop off past the basket. And with the elevated pin too, it makes 20 footers feel like 40 footers. Cat a little bit of a late release on that sidearm. She's going to be not in position to get the 3 here.
Sarah just pitching that one up. Sarah and Kristin are now battling for this second place spot. Sarah is underneath the basket for a birdie. Kristin has a pretty routine approach. Oh, gets a little forward skip. And she's close, but she's left with a decent tester on this elevated pin.
Yeah, and being tied for second place currently, you know, there's some nerves on the line, I would assume. Cat punching out through those trees right there and leaving herself about a 22-footer to save par. Oh, not quite high enough. That's another one out here that's hard to commit to. A lot of these baskets are well placed as far as, you know, tricky mental situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is that's just a big putt right there.
Just high enough.
And you're just a foot or two closer. Just not wavering at all. Solid birdie from Sarah as well. And we are moving into the final hole of the MVP Open at Maple Hill. Hole 18, par 4, 605 feet. We've got this OB wall deep and left. You really need about 350 off the tee to consider going for this. We've got this island green up here. The rock wall forms the end of our first fairway. We've got this little space right here, and then anything in the wood chips is safe. The rock wall short and long define the OB. Just an amazing hole to finish on, really.
It is.
So you are going mid-range?
Yeah,
that's
this
the gatekeeper?
is my gatekeeper. I'm just trying to get a little bit past that bridge and not bring the OB into play like I did round 1. Just trying to play it safe. Kristin and Hokom, on the other hand, you have to wonder if one of them's going to play this one aggressive and go for the outright second. Kristin with her St. Pro gets around the corner. Nice shape to it.
Decent shot, but she's going to be pretty far out of position to consider going for that. And Sarah likely knows that and is likely just going to play this one for a par.
Yeah. That's her trace that she's been loving. She is a little farther than Kristin, which gives her the advantage so she can see what Kristin does first and then make her decision from there. Catrina grabbed that F7 and is going to go for the roller, which she confided in Sarah that she wasn't going to go for because it wasn't worth the risk.
Oh, no. Did that just happen? That had almost no chance of going anywhere but directly into the wall, and it gets us a 10, 15-foot skip even over that wall.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
A jump roller. So I don't have much from here, so I'm just grabbing a sidearm. Just going to get out and try to progress a little ways. Little late release there, but it's safe.
So Kristin did opt to lay that one up.
Let's see if Hokom decides to go for it. That's her trace.
So
she is going for this. And good for her. Look at this shot. Beautiful. Oh,
Oh,
what?
no.
It hit inside the island.
Oh, my goodness. What just happened? Sarah Hokom just attempted to go for it. Beautiful shot with her long distance driver. She hits
Inside the island.
Inside the island. Normally you see those kind of hit safe. It actually drops back and rolls. Oh my gosh.
But still safe, just on this side.
That was crazy. That was a big swing right there. I mean, if that hits safe, she's got a chance to take second outright. If it rolls OB, Kristin certainly is going to take second outright, but it looks like... So she's actually got about a 60-foot look from right here.
She makes it. She
this
gets
is to
second.
take solo second.
Oh! And just a tiny, tiny bit low.
Wow, what a dramatic final hole for that second place. And this is going to be to seal the deal. The 2019 MVP Open champion. Pretty commanding win right there, too. 7 strokes out here at Maple Hill is not easy to do. And congratulations to Sarah Hokom and Kristin Tattar on their second place finishes. Catrina Allen actually finishes in solo 4th place. Haley King, Elaine King, Lisa Ficus, Missy Gannon rounding out the top 8. And this has just been an absolute pleasure to watch and commentate on, Paige.
Yeah, we've seen so many good shots this week, so many close calls, and honestly, just a great tournament to spectate. And I'm just excited that GK Pro gave you guys this privilege to watch it online.
Yeah, please go like, comment, and subscribe to their channel. They did not have to do this. I mean, they're back in Oklahoma doing this for next to nothing. So thank you to those guys for making this coverage possible. And please tune in to these ladies. They are throwing some sick shots out there.